I am done. I have officially stopped renting my trailer on Outdoorsy. All right, so I made a video a few months back about how I am going to get a travel trailer completely for free. Now, I stand by that video, even though I am completely done renting out a travel trailer. I actually completely sold my travel trailer, so I don't have it anymore. But I do still stand by that video. You can get a travel trailer completely for free. Now, if you saw that prior video, hit the like button. If you didn't see that prior video, smash the like button. Now let's keep going. So I had even had this travel trailer completely paid off. So I didn't have any payments. I didn't have any debt on it. I was just renting out this travel trailer. Now I still got rid of it, and it's not because the travel trailer wasn't renting out. It's not because I didn't have enough demand. It was actually because, honestly, I had too much demand. Like, it was getting to the point where it was just a ton of work getting everything set up, teaching people how to use it, and sending them out. Like, it really was kind of crazy how much demand I saw for the travel trailer. And I do live near Moab, Utah, which is insanely popular destination for camping and hiking, going to national parks, doing all of that outdoor stuff. So I saw high demand. So I want passive income, and I'm sure you do too. And if you do, hit that subscribe button, because that is what I talk about. I talk about ways that we can build passive income. But it turns out that renting a travel trailer isn't all that passive. It kind of sucks. Like, there's a whole lot of work when it comes to renting a travel trailer, so I stopped doing it. So I actually have 3 different rentals, and one of them is an Airbnb that my wife and I have to clean every single day. Luckily and thankful for her, she does a whole bunch of that. But I have 2 long-term rentals, and I have an Airbnb that we have to clean every single day. And the travel trailer was the least passive of all of those things. It actually, I bet I spent more time on the travel trailer than I spent on the other 3 combined. There's just things that I didn't expect. So I live, just like I said before, really close to Moab, Utah, which is a huge popular tourist destination. People love to go there. People love to camp. It turns out that people just don't have a ton of experience in pulling a travel trailer. They may not even have a car that has the capabilities of pulling a travel trailer. And so I was spending a whole bunch of time hauling it to Moab. I spent a bunch of time cleaning it, and it turns out cleaning a travel trailer is actually kind of annoying, because there's just like a lot of weird things that you have to worry about. You have to go dump poop. You have to clean the beds and the sheets, and turns out making a bunk bed that's like stuffed in a corner of a travel trailer actually kind of difficult, and it's kind of annoying. So it sucked up a whole bunch of my time. It is definitely not as passive as I thought it was going to be. And if I had to haul it to Moab, and typically people were staying at like a camp park. Well, there's a check-in time and there's a check-out time. I am a full-time accountant. I have a full-time job. Most of the time when people are going on vacation, it's not like they're just magically falling on the weekend where I can check in on Saturday, wait a whole week, and check them out on a Saturday. No, it's like, hey, we're going to check in on Wednesday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then we're going to have to check out by 10 a.m. on the following Tuesday. Well, that would suck up all my time, because I'd have to drive an hour to get to Moab, set them all up, teach them how to do everything. Because if you haven't stayed in a travel trailer and you don't understand how to use things like the water pump or the water heater or the slide out, or all these different things that go along with a travel trailer, you have to teach them. So I'd have to do all of that, and then I'd have to drive back. So it could suck up 4 or 5 hours of my time by having these weird checkout times. And that's in the middle of the week. That is when I'm working a full-time job. So it is definitely not passive. It is way more active than I ever expected it to be. I'm not trying to completely dissuade you from ever doing it, because I do think there is some opportunity there. There are some good things, but I am being real with you because I ended up not enjoying it. Like, we just got to the point where we're like, okay, I think we are done. Let's sell the travel trailer. And luckily, because of the income that I made, I was able to sell the travel trailer at like break even. So it was a wonderful experiment. It didn't cost me a thing. It turns out I'd rather have my income or my money to go and do other things. So I saw 20 grand sitting in a travel trailer that was completely paid off. And I said, what could I do with this $20,000 that would bring better passive income rather than the active income that I was getting from renting out this travel trailer? And I sold. You know, that 20 grand could go to paying down debt that I already have, and that's obviously being charged interest if I just have it outstanding. So I would even just save money on interest. That's a heck of a lot more passive than running out this travel trailer. Or it could be something amazing like a down payment on another rental property that has great cash flow, better than a travel trailer would, and it is way more passive. Initially, my thought with the travel trailer was, let's buy a travel trailer, let's rent it out, it'll pay for itself, and then I have a travel trailer that I can use for my family, and it would be completely free. And I definitely stand by that. You can do that, and it is 100% viable. I proved it for 2 years, but I just didn't use the travel trailer enough to justify the fact that I had 20 grand sitting on it. Now, I could have left debt on it, but I decided I just wanted to pay it off and be debt free on that travel trailer. And then I just was like, man, I can't justify it. Let's take that $20,000 and go use it for something else. And it turns out my kids, when I talked to them, I was like, hey, we could stay in a travel trailer or we could stay in a tent if you wanted to go camping. Which one's more fun? And they said they liked both. So I was like, well, if there's no difference between a $20,000 travel trailer and a $200 tent, let's just stay in the $200 tent, and I'll use that $20,000 to accomplish other goals. All right. If you are not completely just persuaded to never rent out a travel trailer, I'm going to talk about a few of the pros that I saw, because there were some good things. Just like I said, I saw the opportunity cost and I got out. But some of the good things are, it definitely generates income. I actually turned renters down because I was wanting passive income. And so if somebody was asking me to haul it to Moab for 2 days, I just didn't see how that was going to be beneficial for me because it was too short of a stay. Now, if they were asking me to haul it to Moab for 5 days or 6 days, 7 days, at that point, the dollar amount got big enough that I was like, okay, I can justify this. I'm going to drive to Moab and drop off my travel trailer. So if I didn't turn people away, and that was my job as I was focusing on this travel trailer rental, it would generate a whole lot of income. Like, we had a crazy amount of demand. And granted, some of that is because of where we live. We live in a place that people just go to camp and hike and be outdoors. So that part was awesome. Another thing that it does that I think is a big positive when you rent out your travel trailer is it forces you to keep your travel trailer nice. So that means you're going to do all of the maintenance that you should be doing. You're going to clean it all of the time because you want people to leave good reviews on your travel trailer, on Outdoorsy or RV Share, whichever platform you decide to use. So that part was really good because I knew that my travel trailer was going to be nice and stay nice because I had to have it be nice and stay nice. Now, a pro to renting out on Outdoorsy or RV Share is they have great insurance policies, so I never felt like it was a risk. I bought a brand new travel trailer, and I was never really worried that my travel trailer was just going to get totaled and I would just be out that money and just lose tons of money. They have great insurance on it. It's up to $1 million. And so you're completely covered, which is awesome. I like that part. So there really are some pros to renting out a travel trailer. Just for my stage of life with a full-time job and little kids and seeing that extra opportunity to take that money and go and do something else with it, it just didn't make sense for me, but it may make sense for you. if you don't have a full-time job and you are just doing this as a job, you honestly could make a very viable business by renting out travel trailers. That is definitely there. It just wasn't there for me. If I were going to do it over again, and I don't know if I ever will, but if I am going to do it over again, instead of doing a travel trailer, because then you have to put it on a truck, you have to pull it, it's a bumper pull, meaning you're pulling it from your bumper, you have to haul it, or you have to have somebody else who is comfortable pulling a trailer. And I would say the large majority of people just don't have that experience. So if I were going to do it over again, I would probably just buy an RV, because then the whole thing is just one big vehicle and they could drive off. Everybody could drive off an RV. Now, if that RV is giant, then yeah, some people might get uncomfortable driving it. But if you found like a reasonably sized RV, people could drive off. You would never have to drag it somewhere and set it up for someone. You could just teach them how to set it up and send them on their merry way. It may be more passive than renting a travel trailer. So really the key takeaways is you just have to decide what is important to you. If having a travel trailer and getting it for free and maybe even possibly making a little bit of income and you're okay with that work going into it and you know what's going into it, then yeah, go for it. You know, for me in my phase of life, it just wasn't working out. So I opted out and I'm going to take that $20,000 and I'll probably go buy another house to have a long-term rental. So thank you for watching. If you want to check out any other videos I've made, there is a link right here for a video, and then you can check out my channel. Thank you. We'll catch you guys next time.